Everyone talks about selling Notion templates on Etsy like it's easy money, but the fees are real, the competition is heavy, and most people never get past a few random sales. So let's strip the polish off and look at what sellers actually make and what Etsy really takes before we walk the steps from first sale to $100 a month. Quick reality check according to a 2026 Notion template blueprint from Coachly. Beginners in their first 0 to 3 months typically land between $100 and $500 per month, while a verified low-end case on CartMango shows someone earning about $64 per month over 14 months. So $500 is possible, but not instant, and $0 to $100 is the part most people get stuck on. Before you get excited about those numbers, you need to know what Etsy actually charges for digital products, because according to Printful's breakdown of Etsy fees, you pay a 20 cents listing fee, a 6.5% transaction fee on the item price, and around 3% plus 25 cents per order for payment processing in the US. Printful's own example on a $20 digital product sale shows it clearly. You pay 20 cents to list, $1.30 is the 6.5% transaction fee, and 85 cents for payment processing, which means you actually keep $17.65 from that $20 sale, not the full price you see on the listing. A Notion creator who compared Etsy to other platforms explains that on a $15 digital planner, you realistically end up with around $11.50 to $12.50 after Etsy's 6.5% transaction fee, the 20 cents listing fee, and roughly 3% plus 25 cents for processing. So think of Etsy taking about 20 to 25% of each low-priced sale. That same creator points out that if you sell a $25 Notion dashboard template through your own storefront, like Gumroad or Lemon Squeezy, the fees look different, with Gumroad taking a flat 10% and Lemon Squeezy around 5% plus 50 cents. So you can keep over $22 from a $25 sale, and you don't pay listing fees at all. Here's how I look at it. Etsy is your noisy marketplace with heavy fees but built-in traffic, while Gumroad or Lemon Squeezy are your quieter, high-margin shops that need you to send traffic. So using Etsy to get proof of demand, then pushing repeat buyers to your own storefront gives you the best shot at long-term profit. Now let's talk what people really earn, because CartMango's guide on selling Notion templates says realistic middle-tier earnings for people who treat this as a side business sit between $500 and $5, $0.000000 per month after 6 to 18 months, while top earners like Frank, who's cited in a public thread hitting around $1 million total, are extreme outliers you should not plan your life around. On the flip side, that same CartMango guide shares a verified low case from Reddit, where a creator earned $901 from Notion templates over 14 months across 14 products, which works out to roughly $64 a month. So the floor is real and modest, and most people land somewhere between that and the $500 to $2. 000 intermediate range Coachly talks about. So how do you go from zero to your first $100 on Etsy with Notion templates? Step 1 is picking a very specific problem for a very specific person instead of a generic planner, which is why I like templates like Freelance Client Tracker or YouTube Content Calendar, because people actually search those exact phrases. Step 2 is building one solid flagship template, not 10-week ones, and using the Coachly blueprint as a guide by making it look professional with consistent formatting, clear labeling, and thoughtful design, plus strong documentation like written setup instructions and a short video walkthrough, because that source is blunt that poor documentation alone can kill your sales. Step 3 is listing it on Etsy with pricing that actually gets you to $100. So if you price at $15 and you keep about $12 net per sale, like the Notion creator estimated, you need around 9 sales to cross $100, which is a lot easier to hit with one great template plus bonus pages than 5 $5 mini products fighting for attention. Step 4 is spending at least 10 to 15 hours in your first month on simple marketing like sharing real use cases on Twitter, posting short TikToks or Reels showing your template in action, and answering questions in Notion or productivity communities, which lines up with Coachly's point that beginners who treat promotion like a job are the ones who actually hit that $100 to $500 range. Once you hit your first $100, Pushing toward $500 a month means you need either more templates or a higher price per template. So following the blueprints pattern, you aim for 3 to 5 products at different price points on Etsy and start building your Gumroad or lemon squeezy shop in parallel so your repeat buyers slowly shift onto higher margin sales. Here's the part almost no one tells you. The boring stuff like making your templates easy to install, keeping your thumbnails consistent, and updating your docs when Notion changes will do more for your income than chasing new trend templates. Because buyers leave reviews based on how smooth it feels, not just how it looks. If you want to test this side hustle for real, pick one narrow audience, build one well-documented Notion template, expect Etsy to take around a quarter of each sale, and aim for those first 9 to 10 sales in 60 days. Then use Etsy as your proof of concept and move the serious buyers to your own shop as you grow toward that realistic $500 a month. If this kind of honest breakdown helps, hit subscribe so you don't get stuck in the hype.